Well, hello guys, welcome back. You won't believe what I've been through the last couple days, or maybe you would. It depends on the gods you work with, I suppose. I have been working with Hermes, and long story short, I got the heart attack of property taxes. Oh dear lord. And there's no simple way to take care of this except to go over and do something. So I'm standing at the bus stop and I found a nickel. Okay. Then I found another nickel. Then I was picking up the second nickel. A third nickel fell from like at hip height, and I thought, well, did it somehow fall out of my bag? And it didn't fall out of my bag because it was wet because it was raining. So, and I checked in my purse because Hermes had been like, put it in your coin purse. So I had 15 cents to put in my coin purse. And I went over, and it took over an hour at the bank to get this all sorted out. And I was like, oh, dear Lord. And I kept praying to him the whole time because I hate paperwork. It actually sends me into full-fledged panic attacks. So I was praying to him the whole time. I probably shouldn't have had the free coffee, but meh. And when I finally got out of there, and it was good I went because I got some other stuff taken care of, we hardly had time to eat out or anything. And again, I'm pretty frugal with my money, but you know, Hermes was like, oh god, you need something. So we went to the drugstore and I picked up something I needed, and this reference is not going to make any sense to any of you, but I said, do you want, like, he's like, do you want a soda? And I'm like, okay. And that's a soda I got, so that made sense to me. And, got some White Castle burgers and got a couple other things. Got a moon pies because apparently he likes chocolate. He'll try and coke with me, which is funny because there was somebody that vlogs about him and they were like, they hope he never develops a taste for it. But you know, with me, I can't drink, and my gods are like, they totally respect that I cannot have an open bottle in the house. So yeah, and they're fine. There's like a sake bottle, a couple other little tiny bottles of stuff that I'm not interested in. So if they want something, they can get it. But they're actually happy with Coke. So if you can't offer alcohol for some reason, it works. People offer water. That's fine too. And we've just been settling into each other. It's kind of weird. If I told you the truth, you wouldn't you wouldn't believe me, but let's just say he's always been here. I know I say that with every god, and I think with a lot of them, in a sense, it's true, but with him, it's very true. We had to spend the last couple days settling into each other. I got a Grand Canyon VR experience, and we literally spent over 3 hours in that thing just going around. I mean, basically, it's like a ride on a circuit. And there's this little defect in it. We had tried to record it for you guys, we did, and there's this little tiny defect in it, and unfortunately, it's not supported anymore. And I wanted to cry angry tears because you guys know I'm a perfectionist, and it's a little over an hour long ride because I like to go in real slow. And I just couldn't imagine asking you guys to see that little defect. It's like, it's supposed to be a light pattern. I know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a light pattern on the water, but unfortunately it's like right over here, over on your screen on the one side. And that was just driving me crazy. I was like, I can ignore it when I have the VR goggles on because it's a defect in the goggles too. It's not a defect in my goggles, but it's a defect in how the game displays. And I just couldn't ask you guys to look at that. If you're still interested, I will do it, but please understand, I've tried to fix it. I've tried deleting the game. I've tried putting it back on. It's just there. And I haven't seen it crop up in any other versions of the game. The only thing I could think of is because this game was updated to have rest areas, that's when it happened. And at least it's happening for me. I don't know, I'm lucky. So yeah, we're just gonna take it easy and chill. There is one more game that he had pointed out, and don't worry guys, I'm not getting into bad habits. We got White Castle burgers at the drugstore, so we wouldn't eat out. So we're doing good. And yeah, we're gonna be playing that as like a sci-fi kind of thing where you go around in a ship, and we were both interested in that. It's only like a couple bucks. And you guys know I am actually pretty frugal. So sorry not to be on for a couple of days, but we were trying to get, into each other and trying to understand each other. Even though I've known him my whole life, it's really complicated. I will not tell you a story because you won't believe me. And he has a candle over here, and I feasted him yesterday, and I feasted him today because we have a lot of time to kind of make up for. But that was the first time I've actually seen a god drop change out of thin air. I mean, it literally dropped from my hip level, and I just like kind of saw it out of the side of my eye. And I knew it didn't come from my bag. It just like dropped out of thin air, and I just looked at it. So he was playing with me. He was making sure I did not have a panic attack because he knows how I get about dealing with institutions and filling out paperwork and giving my signature. He was very sweet and warm and supportive. And, I want to thank the people of Reddit because I was actually doing my research. And a fancy dress atheist wanted to work with Hermes. Do not say that in front of Hellenistic people, like ever. The Hellenistic person shot back, why would you need to borrow other people's gods? If you're an atheist, why not just do pop culture atheism or flying spaghetti? Well, she didn't say flying spaghetti monster, but you know what I mean. And the person shot back, they could do whatever they wanted, and it just became real. And the person defending Hermes as a god won, by the way. I was like, yeah! Because if somebody's inspired by Hermes, you're not even going to win that fight. You might as well just walk away, because he will never stop. But it was good to see somebody defend him as a god. I know our gods will always be in pop culture, and that's a mixed blessing. In one way, it brings them to people, but then in another way, I think it kind of encourages people to kind of cavalier about them and not respect that other people are practicing an actual faith. One of the things that makes me want to slap Rick Riordan across the face is that he's been commented as saying that he thinks it's really weird that we worship these gods, and I'm like, excuse you, you got rich off these gods. You could show like some thanks is what you could do. So look, he's back here just rolling his eyes inside. But yeah, it's been good. And look, he's still here, guys. We travel in a pack now, and a lot of them had a lot of explaining to do because they will lie for each other. It's a thing gods will do. They will cover for each other so that each other gets their stuff. But I think it's actually really sweet and endearing because proportionately, there aren't too many of us. And there are even less within the pagan community, or witch, or whatever you consider yourself, that will work with any god that comes to them. A lot of people were told, no, 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 no. I do it because I'm blessed with one or two from a pantheon, and that's it. The rest don't openly hate me, but they have no compelling reason to work with me. So I hope that gets you guys caught up to speed. If you do want to see the Grand Canyon thing, we will happily show it to you. Please keep in mind that defect is there, and I do not want to put it up and find out somebody has some reaction to it. And there's a day path and a night path. If I did the whole thing, it would take over an hour. If I did just the day path, it would take about half an hour because I drive slow as fook. I'm just looking at everything like I've never been outside before. But hey, I enjoy it. You know me and water. So I hope you guys like what you see. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. And I just, want to take the chance to thank you guys for, tuning in all the time, and thank the gods for getting me through this. And, it was really endearing of Hermes to keep dropping the change like that, and he kept amusing me. And I got coffee, and I got the bottle, which he tipped his hand, but I was like, that's very sweet. And they all had to explain why everybody's been lying so long. I was like, you know what? I don't even care. We got moon pies. I've never even seen moon pies in stores this far north, so I'm happy. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.